All right, what the fuck is up, people of YouTube? How the fuck are y'all doing? So today I kind of just want to talk about a little story that I had in college. I know it's about the third time I've said that at this point, but this one isn't. There's no overarching lesson to be learned from this story. It's just a really funny interaction I had. So once again, for those of you who do not know, my name is Saberuii, or Sai, or Sabe, or whatever the fuck you want to call me, and I just talk about my life. And I talk about little stories, and I talk about random bullshit, and I watch YouTube while I do it. So this story takes place the day before Halloween. Me and my friends, we're trying to figure out what kind of parties we want to go to, what we're trying to do for Halloween. I personally dress up as a drunk uncle. That was kind of the bit. I got a white tank top. I stained it with some I think it was like Alfredo sauce. Put on some incredibly baggy basketball shorts, and I carried around a can of Pepsi. So I'm just like moping around campus looking like this. One of my friends goes as a clown, and then the other one goes as Jeff the Killer. And then here's where our second character of the story comes in. That's going to be my friend Jay. He went as a werewolf, and he actually had a whole getup. He had a mask, he had a whole outfit, and he could do a noise really well, and he knew how to like move to look creepy as shit. And then this is where we're checking each other out, looking at our costumes. We're like, yo, where are we going though? And none of us had any contacts for parties or whatever the fuck, right? We're all freshmen. So we just kind of start walking around. We are going towards like the smoke shop I've mentioned before in previous videos, but we're still like on campus at this point, and we're walking by the female only dorms. And me and Jay get a horrible idea, or a very good idea, depending on the kind of person you are. Let's go try to scare them. I don't know if you've ever been around white trash. That's the best way I could describe me and Jay's getup. He doesn't have his outfit on yet. He's just wearing his undershirt. And then I'm of course dressed like a drunk uncle with a inconspicuous can in my hand, and we decide to sit outside the female dorms in a bush to try to scare someone. Someone on the camera sees this. You wouldn't fucking believe it, but security pulls up in a little shitty side-by-side and starts questioning us. In the moment I was like, what the fuck, why is security here? What did we do? Because they didn't immediately tell us why they were there. They just started asking us questions. We're like, yeah, we're students, it's Halloween, we're dressed up. Why are you sitting outside the girls' dorm? Because we're trying to scare someone who comes out. Can you guys show us your IDs, your student IDs? We do. They're like, okay, well, you can't be here. And we're like, what? Why? It's like, well, it's making some people uncomfortable. And we're like, did they report us? And obviously they're not allowed to tell us, but I'm willing to bet that's exactly what happened. So security leaves at this point, and me and Jay just kind of look at each other and start laughing our fucking asses off like a bunch of kids. But very key point here, we don't immediately leave because we're laughing. And because of that, me and Jay are laughing loud as fuck. A girl comes out, we hear her like open the door, we both look at her and go straight silent, and she just walks right back inside. She's like going up to the fucking counselor like, there's two homeless people laughing outside. What the fuck? What do you mean there's homeless people laughing outside? What the fuck are you talking about? Once that happens, me and Jay are like, okay, that's cool, that's funny, we're done. So we meet back up with the friend group and we continue on about our day. We're gonna skip about 4 hours ahead, right? We went to the drugstore, and then we were in town all day, and then we're walking our asses back home. Jay's in his werewolf costume now, but I'm still dressed like a drunk uncle. I have to take a piss. I was like, yo, I gotta take a piss real quick. I'm gonna dip inside this alley. Not my proudest moment, but when you gotta go, right? I'm sitting there pissing, looking up. Once again, security pulls right back up to me because we are right on the edge of campus, and they start asking the same questions. But this time, I have my friend group with me, and we're able to, just go like, hey, he was just taking a piss, right? And then security was like, you need to go back to your dorm. We can't have you guys out here like this. Which, mind you, is complete bullshit because we're all adults. Actually, you're not allowed to leave your dorm, we're gonna lock you in there. Like, what? But we're like, okay. And then they take me back to my dorm. And then I'm sitting in my dorm, just still dressed like a drunk uncle, just pissed in an alleyway and been shouted at 2 times by security. I start thinking, right? I start like putting the pieces together. I'm like, maybe I am a drunk uncle, Like, when you look at everything that's happened, it's really not LARP anymore, It's like, I got yelled at 2 times by security. I pissed in an alleyway and I scared a bunch of women. I'm a fucking drunk uncle, man. I'm manifesting my future here. And that's I had that thought. I was like, that's funny. I got dressed and I went to sleep. And the next day, no one cared. Next day, everyone was back to normal. It's going to be one of my favorite nights, I think, for my entire, however short, period that I spent at college, getting dressed up like some homeless person and acting like a homeless person. It was a very beautiful, beautiful day. And you know, something big I learned from this whole ordeal was that I must look rough. Like, I must look rough if I didn't even look like I was in a costume. It kind of feels like stolen valor, right? Because our campus was located in the most crime-ridden city in the state. There's tweakers everywhere. And it's like I feel like I was impersonating them. You know, I was taking their thunder. I was stealing their thunder. Or I was manifesting my future. We will never know. You know, Halloween's such a weird holiday when you think about it, right? Because it's when you're a kid, you know, it's like you get to play dress up, basically. You get free candy. You get to hang out with your friends. It's kind of awesome. But after a point, though, the trick-or-treating part of Halloween, you can't do anymore. No one's stopping you from playing dress up. That's perfectly normal. But then it even gets to a point later in life where it's even the dress up part isn't unique anymore, especially with the rise of cosplayer. I'd say the only cool thing about it is the parties, especially for college. Because once you're done with college, I mean, what do you even do for Halloween? Hang out, like go to your friend's house and just kind of chill for a bit. Some people don't even celebrate it, which I can understand. That's really one of those holidays that's just no longer a holiday once you're an adult. Kind of like Easter, unless you're religious. Kind of sucks how much stuff is like that. You know, you're just not allowed to enjoy the little things in life. I propose, here's my $1 million idea, right? Here's my $1 million idea. I am going to buy a neighborhood and I am going to allow adults to sign up and dress up as whoever they want and play trick or treat. But instead of candy, it's like Xanax. It's going to be beautiful. I cannot wait. It will be opening in the LA area tomorrow. But yeah, not really a deep video today. Just a little bit of a rant of a story I had in college, and I just felt like sharing it. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I was like, hey, that was a funny interaction. I feel like my people over there on YouTube would like it. If you did, that's pretty goated. If you didn't, that's perfectly fine. You still watched the entire thing though, so I mean, if you're here, holy shit. I've been recording for about 13 minutes. You can go ahead and slide downstairs and go ahead and click that subscribe button and maybe even that like button if you're feeling generous. I also, while you're down there, you might as well go ahead and follow my Twitch and check out my music if you're feeling pretty nice. And that's gonna do it. I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day, and thank you for watching.